Hey there, welcome back to the Magic in the Music. I'm Jen. I am spending the day, a snow day at home with about 8.5 inches of snow on the ground, which we were absolutely not expecting. And I was planning on having a different video for you today, but Disney Parks Vlog has dropped some big news about the new Disneyland DVC tower. So I wanted to take a minute, get some thoughts on video for you about that, and just give you an update and kind of start the discussion. And of course, here in the comments, we want you to start leaving your thoughts and comments about these big announcements. If you are new to DVC, you're definitely going to want to check out one of our playlists so that you can learn more about Disney Vacation Club. But today, we're going to jump right in and talk about some updates with the new Disneyland DVC tower. Now, I know a picture is worth 1,000 words, so we're going to jump right on over and take a look at Disney's announcement ourselves. So here is the announcement and, of course, the concept art for the exterior of the new Disneyland DVC tower. This was announced on Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023. So you can see this is meant to blend in with the existing Disneyland Hotel. It is definitely a modern looking building, and so it has to kind of match the surroundings because this is going to share amenities presumably and space with the Disneyland Hotel. The Disneyland Hotel has a couple of different, well, I guess 3 different towers, and this is kind of filling up the rest of the block of those towers. So it does have to match, and you can see here that it definitely does. One thing I want to point out is that not all of these properties, not all of these rooms have balconies. So that is going to be a major difference for Disney Vacation Club. I think all the other properties, it's standard for you to have a balcony off of any of the units, regardless of how big or small they are. So just, heads up, that is a difference with this property. All right, let's scroll down and look at this announcement here. Okay, so here's the big announcement. The villas at Disneyland Hotel, which I guess will be VDH? Okay. Maybe that's going to be what we call it going forward, are going to be opening at the Disneyland Resort this September. Now, we don't know when in September. That's kind of an off season, quite frankly, for Disneyland or Disney World even. And so presumably not a very busy season because of back to school and everything. So we don't have anything more than that. I mean, as soon as we're able to actually book something, then we can sort of draw some conclusions about what the opening date is going to be. I'm sure that they'll have more announcements about this coming soon. But September, there you have it. The construction of the building should be done by September. And so we'll have something that basically looks finished. So that's pretty exciting. They talk here about the theming of this resort, that they're going to blend Walt Disney Animation Studios classics with contemporary designs. And they talk about curating a celebration of Disney history in the place where it all started, the Disneyland Resort. So they are adding on a 4th tower, as I mentioned, to the Disneyland Hotel, and it is going to be right next to downtown Disney. For me, one of the biggest attractions is it's right next to Trader Sam's. So I definitely love the idea that we can stay a place that is just steps away from Trader Sam's, which, if you're not familiar, is located right by the pool, which is right in the center courtyard between the towers of Disneyland Hotel. I do want to mention also that they really kind of cast a wide net by saying that we're going to blend the timeless Walt Disney Animation Studios classics with contemporary designs. I feel like that's kind of just a way of saying anything goes. We can theme it however we want. So if you're not familiar, here's a quick glimpse of the Disneyland Hotel itself. We'll take a look at this gallery really quickly here. And you can see that there are different themed towers. So it has a very modern maybe as of the 1960s or whenever they built it, kind of style. So this new DVC tower does need to kind of blend with that. Here you go. So this really shows you the layout of these different towers. And then the DVC one is going to be added, I believe, over here in the corner. And you can see that they have the pool complex here. And then you've got Trader Sam's and kind of a quick service right here. And then Disneyland and the monorail are off here to the left this way. So it does need to blend in with these, and you have different themed towers. We'll talk about that in just a moment here. It's kind of the view and some of the inside appearance. Again, you can see that Disneyland Hotel itself is kind of a mishmash of different things. So there's a lot of different stuff going on. This is a different perspective on it, where you can see two of the towers, and the new resort area is going to be over here to the left. So the three different themes of the Disneyland Hotel towers are adventure, fantasy, and frontier. So we're talking different lands of Disneyland, Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, and they all have kind of themed like lobbies and entrances, and then they have special, really, really cool suites in each of those towers that kind of match those themes. So you can find some really amazing tours of those online as well. So as you can see, the Disneyland Hotel itself has kind of done this, like, kind of cast a wide net in terms of theming. And so it makes sense that this DVC tower for the Disneyland Hotel is probably going to follow suit as well. Okay, let's go back over to the announcement. I'm going to jump down to this major piece of news down here at the bottom of the article. They say that the early rental reservations for the villas at Disneyland Hotel can be made beginning on March 15th for DVC members and on March 16th for Disneyland Resort Magic Key holders. That's their version of annual passes. And villas limited and availability restrictions apply. So when they say early rental reservations, what we've kind of been hearing from everyone, the assumption is that these are cash reservations. There has been some discussion of them changing the language in that from cash reservations to rental reservations. I didn't see it change, so I don't know if that actually got changed, but I think we can assume that they're going to be taking cash bookings because they haven't said anything yet about us actually booking these rooms with our points, which I know a lot of existing DVC members, we are very, very eager to get reservations with our DVC points. I don't think that's what this is. I don't think that is quite happening yet. So hopefully that will be coming soon, and I'll definitely let you know as soon as we hear about that. One of the exciting things for me with this announcement is that we got some more detailed views of the different room types. So let's go check out the villas. Okay, the first villa type that we are going to take a look at is a brand new type that they call a duo studio. I think we can assume this is basically like a tower studio at Riviera, which means it's pretty small and it only sleeps two. So that's something that you only have at Riviera so far, and now at the Disneyland DVC Tower. So this duo studio is inspired by the Jungle Book. And of course, they use their Disney spin on it. They say you can discover the bare necessities. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to get the bare necessities in terms of space in this room. Yeah, it's got a bed. Okay, it's probably going to be a great room. Now, honestly, as a Walt Disney World regular and a pass holder there, we tend to stay longer, much, much longer at Disney World, usually 3 or 4 times as long at Disney World as we do at Disneyland. So for me, having this little duo studio, like, it makes a lot more sense actually at Disneyland because we just tend to take shorter trips there. So I think this is a perfectly fine choice, and there aren't going to be tons and tons of these. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. But let's take a look at the design here. You can see we have Baloo and Mowgli. I can't really tell what is on this throw pillow here. It has kind of this jungle look. They really are doing like a lot of jewel tones with this. We've got like this dark kind of turquoise color. We've got greens and a lot of like kind of foliage looking. But I do like where they did like the sketch of what's the snake's name? He sings Trust in Me. I forget his name. Tell me in the comments his name. I'm forgetting it. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, but I mean, this is pretty. Like, I like the finishes. We have this rug, which I think I've seen this rug in several of the different concept art. So you'll notice here, no balcony. So that is going to make this duo studio feel really, really small. But, you know, definitely very efficient. This is a Murphy bed. This will fold up into the wall. This is a queen size bed, so if you're going to want a king size bed, you'll probably need to be booking a 1-bedroom for that. So let's move on down to the next concept. And this is the deluxe studio. We've seen, I think this concept art before, has been released before, and this is kind of the regular studio. And there are a lot of these in this property. I think this is a really smart move. They're going to use a lot of these. People want studios. We all know this. Studios are very, very popular. These studios are going to sleep up to 4. You'll notice they did not add a full down 5th bed. This is the Queen Murphy bed. They've been adding those in all of the DVC renovations and refurbs. I love it. I'm a big fan. It's a huge improvement, I think, over the pull-out couch. So yes, please keep doing that. I really like the look of this room. It has the banner components that are kind of like, you know, in the opening sequences of Sleeping Beauty, you have that. I also really like this artwork here. It's not clear to me whether this is backlit, but it would be really cool if it was backlit. I would love that. Wouldn't that be fun to turn out the other lights and just have this kind of nice backlit art, which to me kind of makes me think of the headboards at Disneyland Hotel, where they are like fiber optic and they light up and they, you know, have kind of a little mini show. So I love the idea. I don't know if it's backlit, but please, I hope it is. That would be really cool. Of course, again, no balcony here, so that's a bit of a bummer. Lots of jewel tones, gold here. This really does kind of tie into the color scheme of the film, Sleeping Beauty, which honestly is a beautiful, beautiful film. I really do love it. And you can see we have these little kind of stools or ottoman. Yeah, I guess they're like little stools. So those are kind of handy because you can move those around to different locations. And again, we've got the storage under the bed. I love the storage under the bed. We use that all the time. I'm that person that keeps everything in my suitcase and I just slide it under the bed and pull out what I need. I don't unpack. But for those of you who do like to unpack, there is your dresser and you'll have a good spot there. I'm sure we have lots of USBs and outlets, which everybody really needs these days. It has a tile or maybe a plank vinyl. It has a hard surface flooring here rather than a carpet. Also like that this mirror looks like it is illuminated and kind of backlit. That is a nice feature as well. Okay, moving to the next concept. We have the Fantasia and Princess and the Frog rooms. So there are two different concepts happening here with the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom room. So if you're familiar with DVC, you know that a 1-bedroom typically has kind of a living room and a kitchen space and a dining area in one kind of component, one cell, if you will. And then you have another cell of another room of it, which is the actual bedroom with a king bed in it. You can see they're saying they're two different ones. Now, I don't know if they're going to be room categories where you can book them or you just randomly assigned. I'm guessing they're just going to be randomly assigned. So we'll look first at the Fantasia one. And again, we have these jewel tones going here. Very pretty color scheme. There's that same rug that we saw in the Duo Studio. And they went with these kind of dark plum, very dark turquoise, dark blue. As a like classically trained musician, I have to say Fantasia is a big, big favorite of mine. So I would really love to stay in one of these Fantasia themed rooms. That really speaks to me. I love that we have the artwork here with it's Fantasia inspired and, you know, it kind of looks like the orchestra with the conductor. That's awesome. Something I really, really love about this design is that this wallpaper right here, to me, it evokes the animation. I believe it's in the Toccata and Fugue sequence of Fantasia, where they have something that kind of looks like, I mean, it's not like waveforms, but it's kind of evocative of that. And this reminds me of the animation, the abstract animation in this, and so does this light fixture. So I love that there are all these elements in it that are really speaking very directly to the inspiration to the film. So, because I think Fantasia is amazing and brilliant, and I love it. I love it. So that's really cool. Another thing I want to point out is back here, you can see in the main suite back here that they have these look to be characters from the Nutcracker suite. These look like the kind of like pod seed things that float down in the Nutcracker suite. So that's really, really cool. I don't know if it was in Dance of the Flowers or what sequence they did with that animation. I'd have to go back and look. But I really, really like that they included that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's look at the Princess and the Frog variation on this. So here we have another perspective of the living room main area for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. So they point out here that this includes a washer and dryer, it has a living area, a full-size kitchen, and the cookware. You know the drill. If you're a DVC member, you're used to this. So here you can see that, yes, the TV is mounted on the opposite wall. I do like they have a little bit of backlighting behind that. That's really pretty. And then for Tiana, we've got a little bit of a different look. The color scheme, like the furniture, is pretty much the same as far as what I can see, but they have added different accent pieces here. So this has this, this feels very Princess and the Frog right here, this decoration. And then we've got different upholstery on the bench. And then we've got, of course, Tiana artwork here, presumably in the Fantasia version. There'll be something different right there. And then this gives us like a little tiny glimpse into the shower, which kind of has those same jewel tones and on this accent tile right here, which looks very pretty. And like a pocket door right here. I am a big fan of this kind of galley kitchen. I guess it's not even a galley because it's one-sided. But this is very much like the configuration in the Riviera one bedroom. And I am really a big fan. I think it is very, very efficient use of space. I don't like the kitchens that go into an L and kind of cut across. So I think this was really smart. I also love, I mean, just the use of it. It's very modern looking. I love where they did kind of the waterfall countertop here that kind of encloses everything. That's really pretty. Yeah, I mean, I think this kitchen looks great. I don't personally cook even in a one bedroom or a two bedroom. We don't really cook on vacation, but we do make breakfast in our room. So this would be a very comfortable space to be able to do that. And yeah, I think this looks beautiful. Okay, now for the big, exciting reveal. We've got the Grand Villa. Now, I've heard there are only two of these. I actually don't know the quantities because I will never have the points to book a Grand Villa like this. And can you even begin to imagine how many points this is going to be? Let's take a close look at this concept. So, of course, it's got the two-story Grand Villa, like many of them are this way. This makes me think a lot of the Bay Lake Tower Grand Villa, but it looks even bigger. It looks huge. So we've got really nice looking furniture, so big, in fact, that you've got two different couches, a sectional and another couch over here. We've got some nice decorative accent pieces back here, and you can see the kitchen over here. We've got some kind of natural stone features. That's beautiful. Very clean, modern look. A little bit different color scheme than the other rooms, the duo studio, the studio, or the one or two bedroom. And then we've got these kind of character elements here. I tried really hard to zoom in and see what these were. It was kind of difficult. It was really hard to tell what they were because they're so far away. Even when I enlarge these, I'll try to zoom in. This one feels to me like Encanto. I think that's what it is. It's a little bit hard to tell. This one here, I was just based on the color palette. I think maybe Moana. This one, I was guessing Mulan. This is hard to tell. Maybe Sleeping Beauty, but this kind of looked like a cat to me. So I'm not really sure what we've got there. And this one is anyone's guess. I'm not really sure. Snow White? I don't know. Hey, tell me in the comments what you think these different art pieces are. So it's kind of a mystery to me. The other big feature that people are just loving in this, of course, is this wall of windows. And look at this awesome two-sided fireplace. This is like the Copper Creek Copper Creek. I always say Copper Creek when I try to say Copper Creek. Do you have that problem? So this is like the two-sided fireplace at Copper Creek Cabins times 10. I mean, it's huge and it's gorgeous. So that was a great feature there. This is going to be an even better feature here because there is a huge outdoor living space. And friends, hey, we often go to Florida in the summer and you all know that's brutal, but man, this is California. This is a space that you're going to be able to use a lot of the year because, you know, the weather's just not quite as brutal in California. These grand villas are going to sleep up to 12 guests, and they feature a full-size kitchen, dining area, double-sided fireplace, outdoor balcony, and the first floor also has a primary suite that is inspired by Bambi. I also want to give a quick shout out to DVC for changing their language from calling that the master suite to the primary suite. Yeah, I'm totally fine with losing the term master from our vocab when we talk about real estate. That's fine with me. Let's go with primary. Good move, DVC. All right, and this is amazing. Let's take a look at this beautiful concept for this grand villa. Wow, I mean, that is a balcony and a half, like two 3 balconies. I mean, this is crazy. Can you imagine hanging out in this amazing space? And boy, can you imagine how many points this is going to be per night. I mean, amazing. These are just amazing. These outdoor spaces are so beautiful. And also we were kind of trying to speculate. My husband and I were speculating about what we can see through the windows here. They talked about there being a Bambi theme on the main floor primary suite. And I think that must be over here, I'm guessing. And then we have here, it looks like either a Mickey art piece or maybe a statue. Like that would be kind of cool to have like a large art piece here. Clearly that's Mickey though, for sure. And we got the glass railings. I like that. The 2-story, that's beautiful. They also tell us here that there is a spiral staircase that leads to 2 bedrooms with ensuite bathrooms inspired by Frozen and Moana. So I'm sure that those are going to be very popular. Also, of course, the full washer and dryer there. So there you have it, folks. We've got some updates. We know that this property should be finished in September. We know somebody's going to be staying there in September. Is it going to be you? Let us know in the comments if you plan on booking this. But what we don't know is that we don't know when members are going to be able to book with points. We don't know when this property is going to go on sale for purchase as a DVC property. And we don't know how much it's going to be. So those are the big questions. Oh, and of course, the other big one, is it going to maintain the resale restrictions? Probably, but here's hoping that it doesn't have the resale restrictions on it. So are you planning on purchasing at this brand new DVC property? Are you dying to own a piece of the iconic Disneyland Hotel? Well, this is your chance. What we do know at this point is that early rental reservations are going to be open starting March 15th for DVC members, and you will need to contact member services to do that. And on March 16th, Disneyland Resort Magic key holders can do the same by contacting 714-756-6425. And we know that rental reservations are going to be opening to the public on March 17th. You'll be able to start making those reservations using the Disneyland website or by contacting 714-956-6425. All right, that's what we know so far. Tell me what you think about these new glimpses into these rooms. Tell me if you're planning on buying at this brand new DVC resort, and tell me, do you think they're going to have the resale restrictions on it just like Riviera? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of your DVC membership, check out this playlist right over here. We also think you're going to love this video right up here. Make sure you stay connected with us here at The Magic in the Music. You can find us at themagicinthemusic.com. You can find fun shirts like this one. You can also reach us on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye.